There are so many things about growing up with an emotionally immature parent that impact us and how our lives go. The instability of an emotionally immature parent does a lot of damage all by itself. Kids only feel as stable as their least stable parent. So kids do whatever they can to keep their parents as stable as possible. We try not to rock the boat or upset them. We try to distract them from whatever is upsetting them, and we try to make them happy. We grow up very focused on our parents and making sure they're okay so we can feel okay. That was me. I grew up super focused on my mom. When she was drunk, she felt all kinds of unsafe. But even when she wasn't drunk, she didn't have the emotional maturity to manage life from a place of stability. So for example, if my mom felt slighted or hurt by somebody confronting her about something, she'd react by being a big witch. And if something made her anxious or uncomfortable, it was automatically our problem to solve, not hers. None of this felt good to me, obviously, and especially because she was drunk most of the time. So at a very young age, I became really hypervigilant and really focused on keeping her as happy as possible. This was my childhood. So fast forward to me as an adult in my 30s. I had done a ton of therapy. I had taken the time to get connected to myself and get to know myself. And then I got married to my first husband. For the first couple of years, things were great. I was feeling fulfilled and engaged with my life. But then as my husband continued to get more and more passionate about certain aspects of his life, I was finding myself more unmoored and less clear about what was fulfilling to me. I became less of an anchor for myself, and I started to revert to old habits. I became much more focused on supporting my husband than on supporting myself. I did everything I could to make sure his life was juicy while no longer prioritizing the juiciness of my own life. It actually took me a couple of years to realize that my life had lost a lot of the juice and to figure out why. He and I eventually parted ways, and I got back on track with centering myself in my life. Because I had an emotionally immature mom, I learned at a very young age how to ignore my emotions and prioritize her stability. It took me a really long time, and it clearly hasn't been a straight line, to learn how to prioritize my emotions and myself and believe that it's a valid thing to do. It does still feel wrong sometimes to prioritize myself, but I can remind myself to stop and look around at how juicy my life is because I've centered myself in it. We have to be able to look at what we're doing, see that it isn't serving us, and take responsibility for making the changes to make our lives better. Emotionally immature adults can't do that. My mom didn't do that. But you can. Subscribe to my channel for more on how to make the changes that will make your life juicy.